We have this story. Elliot Page reveals chilling transphobic attack outside LA hotel. Quote, I'm going to effing gay bash you, and then homophobic slur. And then the guy apparently in the most prominent gay neighborhood, probably in the country, of which is West Hollywood in Los Angeles. Well, maybe San Francisco got more prominent.
Yeah, Castro District, San Fran. Maybe.
Yeah, but LA, West Hollywood is one of the most prominent gay neighborhoods in the country. This is where Elliot Page was. And then after this person said this, followed Elliot Page into a store called Pink Dot and then said, this is why I need a gun. And it's amazing. I can't believe it. This story coming out on the same day that Elliot Page has released their new book. So nobody believes the story. I mean, come on. So a guy was walking around Los Angeles in literally the boys' town of Los Angeles and was shocked and outraged to see someone who he assumed was gay. And
also,
then specifically said gay bash. And then this is why I need a gun. Like
bad fan fiction.
It's bad fan fiction for liberals. Guns are bad. See, that's why they want guns.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Elliot Page?
Yeah.
Formerly Ellen Page.
Have you ever seen Juno?
Yeah.
That was the girl from Juno. Yeah.
And she transitioned to
Oh, that's so sad.
Elliot about
and then there's a big question about whether or not Elliot Page has fake implants for the
Yeah, that's gotta be fake.
a lot of people were saying, like, if you look at Elliot Page's arms,
It doesn't
when you work out your core for abs, there's whenever you work out a muscle, there's like a 30% transference to the surrounding muscles because all muscles are working. It's not just like when you're like working out your arms, you're actually using a bunch of other muscles too. So you would have muscle development in other areas. So a lot of people were like, Elliot Page got implants to look like a dude with abs or whatever. I just think this person's a liar.
Well, this story,
I think they're suffering from severe depression. I think that was publicly known. And I think that results in desperate cries for attention, like the most ridiculous story you've ever heard. I'm sorry. I don't know what's more ridiculous, Jussie Smollett or this. To be fair, it is possible this happened. The Jussie Smollett thing is kind of like, yo, get out of here.
It's
like,
even worse, yeah.
Chicago, 2 a.m., sub-zero weather, two guys carrying bleach and a string from a hardware store. This is, maybe there was a crazy homeless guy muttering and sputtering and rambling and then saw,
but
Elliot
he did
Page
not use that for an actor. He did not say, I am going to gay bash you. Like, that's not how people talk.
That's not a thing anybody's like.
No.
If Elliot Page claimed the guy said, "Oh, you disgust me, I'm gonna get you" or something, I'd be like, okay, that makes more sense.
This kind of reminds me of what we were just talking about, how we only get potentially half the story. What led up to this interaction? Was Elliot screaming at the guy? Because if she's a miserable, depressed person, I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him to wail on someone verbally.
Okay, maybe. There was a unicorn that was flying through the sky and it pooped, and the poop landed on this gigantic behemoth of an angry man who then turned and saw Elliot Page picking flowers for Elliot's mother and then went, oh boy, I'm so angry. Because,
It was Dash Dabrowski all along.
Because if we're just going to make things up, I'll make up whatever I want. If she's going to make something up, I'll just make up how it started. There you go. There's the story.
What do you think, Pearl?
Well, I have a question. I don't know if I can say this or not.
Oh,
so I don't.
Write it on a piece of paper, pass it over to Tim, and then we'll
Should
let you know. I don't know. Do we even have paper? You can write it
I
on?
got paper, yeah.
I could. Okay. Wait.
Don't brag, Ian.
I just have a question, but I don't know if this question will. Okay.
Oh, she's writing a
If
racial
it's too
slur.
hot for TV.
I don't know.
I can't believe you. Oh my gosh. Look what.
Wait. You said this. Wait.
Seamus is sweating.
I'm like, this is.
This is close up on Seamus's
I have a
eyeballs.
feeling it's going to be a very innocuous question.
I don't think it's that bad, but I just don't want to. It's your guys' show, so I don't want to.
What I basically said was.
Oh, so
Can I say that?
I will check with Tim, but I'm pretty sure yes.
Okay.
I'll just ask him, because this is one of these things.
For those that are wondering what we're talking about, basically what we tell people is,
I don't know if you can, but it's true. I don't know if you can say that, but it's true. I'm pretty sure you can say it.
You're not on YouTube. You do not insult someone based on their immutable characteristics.
Okay.
Outside of that, you're fine.
What about questioning their mental stability? Is that?
I'm pretty sure that Elliot Page has publicly expressed they have mental illness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So why are we taking like the word seriously of someone that's mentally ill? Like, why are they getting articles and stuff?
I think Elliot Page has specifically talked about severe depression and anxiety and disorders and things like that. I could be wrong. But
but I was more asking because of the other stuff.
But it's not about being mentally ill. It's about selling a book.
Right.
Like this story comes out the same day the book is getting
Same
released.
day,
This is
wow.
not this is not mental illness. This is cold calculating marketing.
Wow.
I think it's just crazy.
It's marketing. Jussie, why did Jussie Smollett do what Jussie Smollett did?
Because he was renegotiating his contract on Empire, and he wanted to be a hot ticket item.
And why now is this story come out? June 6th is the release date for Page Boy, the new book.
What a weird marketing strategy, right? The new
Help, I'm a
fake
victim.
hate crime marketing firm out there that's telling these people that this will help their public image. But it makes sense, right? Because we live in a victimhood culture. And if you want people to sympathize with you, you have to be a victim because that's what makes you impressive.
Yeah, I'm real fed up on the victimhood culture. It's getting under my skin.
Just now?
I could hear
Agreed.
a pin drop all of a sudden.
No. I no, totally agreed. I just wanted to.
Do you get that? Do you constantly interact with victims on your show?
Oh my gosh. I just think women nowadays just want to be victim. It's like everything. Like I've never heard a girl come on a show because we talk about relationships a lot and just say, you know what, that relationship was my fault. Yeah, I've never heard a girl say that.
Oh, there was a story today I was reading in the Daily Mail. And it was a woman crying because her fiance left her and said it was my fault because I wouldn't listen to why he was upset and I was too stubborn to compromise and now he's gone.
Yeah, and it made news headlines.
It made
They're like, women says something. Like if you ask a guy, if you ask a guy, like he had a nice girl, he maybe cheated on her, he'll kind of admit it. He'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I was a dog. I was this. But it's like girls just find the craziest ways to make themselves the victim in every relationship.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
In every gosh. And I used to not really understand like why guys were complaining about dating so much. I was like, why are the guys complaining? Like why are they saying this is so bad? And then I started doing the show and I was like, oh my gosh, it's worse than I thought. It's like the girls are so flaky coming on the show. I've never been really flaked on by guys. Women, it's like 50. I literally have to book it 50-50 if they'll
I've never
show up.
been flaked
I
on.
book double the amount of women because I know half will cancel.
Are they professionals?
Are they? No, it's just
Are you being hyperbolic or is it really half?
I mean, I haven't recruited in a while, but when I did the recruiting myself, we book 10 girls for the show. We give our recruiters 10 slots. And so that's like the most mics we have. We expect like half to come.
For one show, you'll have 10 invites?
Yeah, 10 invites. I mean, sometimes we add in guys too. So like there are guys, it depends on the show, but yeah.
That's wild. So half the time they just don't show up. Do you think though, is it something about like your show being more controversial that it makes them feel more frightened to do it?
No, this was even before I was big. Like this was I started at 15. I was at 15,000 subs a year ago. So
What happened? What sparked
You
it?
really blew up. You really blew up.
well, people think it was the show, but it actually wasn't the show. Well, sort of. I would do a show, right? And we would talk about like, I don't know, maybe the pay gap not being real or like not the way they think, right? Like basic, like kind of red pill truths, right? And I would see a girl where like the wheels were sort of turning, where she was kind of understanding what I was saying when I would say like, you know, the reason for the pay gap is because we don't work as many hours, we don't do as dangerous job, like, you know, et cetera.
We flake on podcasts, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I would do is I would invite the girls back and I would show them like a red pilling like video. So one of the first videos that went viral was I red pilled my friend for the first time. And it was like a 45-minute video of Jordan Peterson arguing with that feminist on the pay gap, right? And so, but these would be like 3-hour conversations, really in depth, like just like where I'm like slowly sort of like deconstructing what they believe. And you know, because at one point, like, I mean, I thought the pay gap was real. Like, I mean, not anytime recently, but you know, you're when you're younger, right? And so that's what initially blew it up, was like it would be like red pilling women in real time.
Yeah,
I found it.
But
The story is real.
But also, dunking on women does well too.
Woman left by her fiance burst into tears as she confesses the one mistake she made. And she basically says that they would get into fights.
My
and
one
then,
mistake is
here,
I
look,
was too good for
the
him.
failure to address the problems caused them to escalate, and ultimately neither was willing to make sacrifices or compromise on their stance. After the relationship ended, Cam realized that she should have been less stubborn and tried to appreciate her partner's viewpoint. And now she's alone.
Dang.
And it made news headlines.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I guess that's a big deal for modern
Breaking
women.
news, like woman admits fault.
Yeah, it's a sad story. It happens. I think that part of what this culture does is it creates this warfare between men and women. And of course, the man is always the bad guy. Everything's his fault. And you see this repeatedly in media.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.